Help to find the hero.
Spider-Man 2 tie-in song.
My someone can get away. Yeah. Till the window burns. Time to slowly turn.
Hello, me old chum. I'm not a gnome. I'm not a goblin. I'm a gnome, and you've been gnomed.
I have questions.
And that
What's that? Helldivers 2 over on the right there?
concludes.
Hey, what's that minion
worry
shirt?
about
Click on that.
Oh, Mr. Poe.
Oh,
the Irish.
The Irish Drink
No.
song. That sounds like a song that's for me. Because I like to drink and sing.
I saw Wallace Shawn die. Wallace Shawn is dead.
For roping. I like that. You're a jabroni. Go ahead.
Well,
Juice.
it's
really
Wednesday
need to
night.
stop
It's
with
what
it.
the show.
Right before we stream, we have to sing you in every time you come back.
He did like 6
Oh,
fake
yeah.
out sit downs too.
I know, Ron.
Who
Oh,
walks past their chair like 20 times before they finally sit down?
I just want to get this show on the road.
do it.
It's a long
Heroes
night.
Bracket,
Pacing
night
myself.
2.
Two.
We all know that Scooch Scott prized Cinderella story, a real upset.
From the play-in game.
From the play-in game to a what the show Heroes Bracket Night 1 champion. Will he be able to hold his reign as we enter some new competitors? Stay tuned.
So at this point, I think everybody knows what the story is. We're doing brackets. There's going to once again be a play-in game. So 17 competitors. And we've got an esteemed guest with us tonight. I do apologize about his slanderous statements on his name there. I'm not going to hold it too much against you. But
Look, you guys didn't pay me that much. Oh, you mean the main title? Yeah.
Yeah.
I am also a paid shill, though. What am I supposed to be excited about? Tell me.
Oh, Taylor, we see you there, Taylor. Scooch Scotch is a legend.
Scooch Scotch is a legend, and you cannot take that away from him, okay? No matter what happens tonight.
I would also, just for the record, like it to be known that I arrived home at 8:56 p.m., got on the stream, compiled 2 chicken sandwiches, and ate both of them. And
Wow. And
Like-
Dude, that was like an hour ago.
Yeah,
I don't know why you think that's some great time.
3 minutes, no, within
Central.
and
We're in
live.
different time zones. That's
We're
the
live.
joke.
That's a
We're
joke.
live.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mike didn't understand the sarcasm there. Yes, the other stands can't
So-
spell. They can't do a lot of good things. It's actually
Sorry, I'm late. You'd be impressed by my chicken.
Look here, when I go down to the creek and I get my chipped ham, they ain't telling me how to spell it. I just want my goddamn chipped ham and God says Stellars, all right?
fair enough.
So-
Words. All right, what do we got for our playing game here tonight, gents? I'm ready to talk
let's do
heroes.
All right.
Now, this is weird. AJ's not in his normal corner, and I don't like it. I'm gonna need him to move to his normal corner. Thank you. All is restored in the world.
Oh. I thought you
All
meant like
right.
a different corner in his house. I was like, what?
No, of the screen. It is always AJ, top left screen.
All right. So the play-in match. This is the one that's going to go to the end of the first round. Let's get some fun going tonight. Legendary actor Clint Howard and that badass guitar player from Mad Max Fury Road.
Both heroes in their own unique ways.
I'm going to just start off with the guitar guy from Fury Road is one of the best employees of all time. I have never seen somebody do their job as well as he did and with such vigor and enthusiasm. Like, I want to hire that guy right now as my number one employee.
I'm not sure if he may just get paid in water as well. That's another thing to take in. He's probably not an overpaid man. So and, I can't wait to get his spin-off story. Now that we're gonna get Furiosa, and then next will be a guitar player, a Mad Max saga story film, whatever they're called.
Yeah, I want to know everything about him.
And on the other hand, who doesn't love Clint fucking Howard? Like, that dude. You've
Not
probably
to be confused with the soccer player.
You've probably seen him in, like, no joke, like 50 to 100 movies and not realize it was him because he's in everything.
He's that guy.
Yep, he's that guy. Austin Powers. He was in Apollo 13. He's done pretty much a lot of things that his brother did. He is Ron Howard's brother, if you weren't aware. And just one of the nicest dudes. And if you want to just have like an all-time wholesome moment, I don't know where it is. If somebody can please find an upload when he got the MTV Lifetime Achievement Award at the MTV Movie Awards, gave just the most wholesome speech of all time. They had to retire the award because the award was always done tongue-in-cheek. Like, they gave it to somebody, Chewbacca won it one year, and then Clint Howard won it. And they were trying to make it sound like it was going to be Clint Eastwood, and then they swerved and it was Clint Howard. And he just gave, like, the sweetest speech of all time. So I'm a big Clint Howard fan. Again, he's probably not been in anything other than the aforementioned Ice Cream Man, which I have seen. Hilarious 80s horror movie. 80s or 90s, I'm not sure. One or the other. I saw it on VHS back in the day, so it's old. This one, not for me. I like both. I want to hear some opinions.
Well, to add to your little factoid about him being the brother of Ron Howard, I believe he's also the uncle of Bryce Dallas Howard, and that's my film factoid.
Fair.
Really? Fact.
Batman had
It's one, but not the other.
We're playing. Oh shit! Claire
Deering.
Claire Deering in the Jurassic World franchise. Her full name, everyone in that movie.
All right, you can calm down. The schmodown's over. You can.
More
That is a
importantly,
5-point question.
she helped reveal who the real Agent Argyle is.
Fuck yeah, she did. And for that, we respect her. This isn't about Bryce Dallas Howard right now.
It's about her uncle.
It's about her uncle. But we could say that her uncle being awesome is one of the reasons why Grogu has been brought into our living rooms. I don't know. I love Guitar Guy. I'm gonna go Clint Howard though. Yeah, I'm doing
It's
it.
It's a little tough. When I think Clint Howard, I first thought Chet Hanks.
Mm-hmm.
So my mind gets a little
balder.
With the CH relatives. Clint Howard.
Yeah. He's
Chet
the opposite
Hanks.
though, because Chet Hanks is attractive, but like an asshole. Yeah, opposite, 100% the opposite dude.
It's true, right?
Wow, AJ just called
That's
him
why
ugly.
I'm
That's
voting
nice.
for Clint Howard, is because he's the opposite of Chet Hanks.
Yeah. Okay, that's fair. That's a fair reason.
I gotta go with the Fury Road dude because, like I said, that dude is such a great employee. That is the ultimate employee. He is the best person at his job of all time.
This is such a capitalistic answer. Like, that's our only purpose in life is to show up and work
He
for the
probably
man.
is doing it for free. He's doing it for the love of having a guitar that blows fire.
I am going to go with Mr. Howard only because the equipment's doing a lot of the work, and I'm not sure if he actually made any of that stuff. Like, if I had a flamethrower guitar on a really cool car, I'd probably look cool too playing it. I'm not even sure if he can play. He just kind of was doing a thing. But the fire was doing a lot of the work there. And there was that one guy who was like swinging all around. Now he's doing some work, but he just kind of stood on his platform. What if like a backstage dude built everything?
We could write it. You just don't want Scooch Scotch to win and you'll do anything. I think Clint is advancing. Is that correct?
Yeah.
What did AJ? You voted?
Yep, I voted Clint Howard.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect.
He voted Clint. Passive aggressively called him ugly as well. But
We'll get into it.
So he's going in like the final slot, right? Mike,
Yes,
the bottom right.
the very, very last slot.
Clint Howard.
Give me one sec.
Not Chet Hanks.
All right, so the official start of the first round. Let me double check. I think that is, yeah, okay. So we're going to go to another personal story from AJ and I, and I don't think there's any explanation required for the other one.
Accurate.
It is the Aloft Secaucus against the Gosling.
The Gosling. Yeah, put some respect behind that man's name.
The Aloft what?
So the Aloft Secaucus.
Secaucus?
Secaucus, yes.
You don't know about
Jeez,
Sea
I'm
caucus.
You guys even sponsored by them?
We might be by the end of this episode.
We should be. So after AJ and I stayed in Satan's butthole, the Newburgh Ramada, the very next night we moved back into Jersey, and I was able to, through my hotel program, get us very good rates to go stay at a loft right by the stadium, by MetLife Stadium. It was so nice in there that Kim Denuzio decided she just wanted to stay and relax and actually did not come to the second concert with us.
I think you're giving the hotel a little bit too much credit there. But I am sure after hearing about the horror stories of the other hotel that this place seemed like a real oasis.
We didn't
They had
even
a
have
free play Mortal Kombat machine in the
They had a Mortal Kombat 1-up in the lobby.
All right.
And they
I didn't
could have
know
made
this.
money from that.
changed
That's
things a little bit.
It was
for me.
free?
That does
Wow,
change
that is,
things.
yeah.
It was badass, and
Some hotels
PLD
are like $5 for one play.
yeah, no, it was the 1-up, so it was free play. So it was pretty badass, and had really comfortable beds. And the rooms were not like suites, but they kind of were set up similar to a suite. Like you walked in and it had like a divided thing between like the living room and the bedroom, and it was really nice. After the experience we had the night before, it was heaven.
nice. Okay.
My husband is using a candle top right now as a coaster, apparently. And let me tell you, that didn't work out real well for him.
Listen,
It's your actual coaster.
I don't know.
I'm going to keep the heat off
Gonna
my
go
candle, so
find
I'm
a
still
cool-
using my Christmas thing to hold it.
I love. While I'm gone, I love the Secaucus, but my vote is going to the Gosling.
I mean,
Oh.
hello. Listen, I wasn't behind him when he was trying to save Jazz. But
I was.
Other than that, Ryan Gosling has never done a wrong thing in his life. And that wasn't really a wrong thing either. It was a perfectly lovely role, and he was great in the role. But this was the year of the Gosling. The Gosling, look at this man. Look at this. He brought down the Oscars. He just, standing ovation. He is Knuff. Just what a great year. Every interview that he did during the Barbie press conference, obviously his actual role as Ken, again, that phenomenal Oscar performance, his Christmas version of I'm Just Ken, he's just been absolutely knocking it out of the park. He is everything that what the show stands for. Please stop using this as not a coaster.
I like it as a coaster.
And we salute you, the Gosling. My vote is 100% going for him.
Oh yeah, and Lego. Yeah, I'm saving these. Especially yeah, but yeah, it's I'm as the other
Wait
person.
till we
who
bring
was
up Mickey
at the
Mouse Clubhouse, because I will.
As the other person
Yeah.
who stated at the Olofsky caucus on the screen, I am also voting Ryan Gosling because that Oscars performance was
How,
ridiculous.
How are the beds at that hotel?
Phenomenal.
You're kind of
were-
swaying me.
Juice, do you need to know about the pool?
Does it have a hot tub? Were there little kids in it? Was it one of those annoying deals, or was it open?
No hot tub.
But we did order freaking good pizza from Uber Eats at 1 in the morning.
Well, that really doesn't have much to do with the hotel. I mean,
North.
the pizza place was not in the hotel, so I can't factor that into the decision, unfortunately. Stricken from the record, sir. But this is tough.
Donna.
Yeah, does anyone remember the name of the receptionist?
No.
Oh
Well, not
man.
receptionist. No idea.
No doubt.
Wow. Okay, so unmemorable employees probably deserve to be fired. Phenomenal beds. but-
We're not sure about the pool situation. Just to
Yeah.
be clear.
I guess I got to go with Mr. Gosling then, because he was in The Nice Guys, so it's just a delayed reward for that. Because he
Yeah.
was amazing. He had best drunk
One of the best
acting
movies.
when he's like, "Shoot me," and he just falls over the railing and goes tumbling
And-
down a hill.
I feel like he's just gonna keep, because with the Fall Guy coming out, I think he's just about to absolutely
He's
charm
the
everyone.
hot thing right now. So
He is hot.
So
Ryan
hot right
Gosling,
now.
he's so hot right now.
He's so hot right now. He is the moment.
all right, so the Gosling's gonna move on. Let's get some love for the females in here.
Oh,
We have
Ayo.
Ayo. And
I just want to
Morticia
say,
Adams, specifically the Angelica Houston Morticia Adams.
Yes, to be clear.
I just want to say that Mike put together these brackets. Nobody else would have put the only two women in this bracket.
Yeah,
against each other.
seriously.
Don't
There's-
speak for everybody.
There's a reason I did that. I wanted to make sure we had at least one woman in the second round.
It's a double-edged sword. That's
You're
true.
doing a deal challenge way. If two girls go with one girl, step back to the house. Okay. Yes. These are both lovely ladies. We are still in Women's History Month. I would just like to remind everyone, and still got a couple more days. But gentlemen, I will yield to all of you and let you hash this out first before I, as the woman, come in and gets the final vote.
So it's
And I,
specifically Morticia Adams.
Yes, like the character, but
But
more the Angelica
more-
Houston
more like that
version
character,
than the more recent adaptation. But you can also take your love for the more recent one into your vote for Morticia Adams.
I haven't seen too much of the original or of that Adams Family, so
You
I can't.
haven't seen
speak too
the
much.
'90s movies?
Oh, that's a fun first
dude,
watch.
you gotta watch it. It'll change your life. It's great. 10 out of 10 would
I should.
recommend.
But none of those movies feature famous Irish actress Ayo Edebiri.
That is that.
Given that this is Women's History Month, I'm gonna need somebody to give me the history on that woman on the left.
Okay, so
Who is this person?
She is a phenomenal actress. She is absolutely also the moment right now. She
Big time.
is probably most known for starring in The Bear. The wonderful show on Hulu, which if you have not seen, everyone stop what you're doing, go watch that right now.
Okay.
O'Neal.
She voiced April O'Neil in the most recent Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. She was also in the absolutely unhinged Bottoms, which was very enjoyable. Loved that movie. She's a famous Irish actress. She's been killing it at award shows. She's super funny. She also hosted SNL fairly recently. Yeah, she is just absolutely phenomenal. She is kind of a little awkward and nugget. She
Phenomenal.
also is a power to the people person, because when she won the Golden Globe, she went up and she thanked her manager's assistant, and I respect that, because she was like, it's my manager's assistant who's answering my emails at all hours of the evening, and I was like, fuck yeah. So we respect her. She is a person of the people.
So the Irish actress thing was her telling people on the on red carpet interviews that she played the donkey on Banshees of Inisherin.
Yeah.
And she did it with an Irish accent and committed 100% to the bit, and said that she was the hardest working actor on that set, and she demanded respect. And that's why Ayo Edebiri is definitely my vote. Also, Bottoms was amazing.
She is
That movie was
fantastic. And the
fucking
Irish
insane.
people have really claimed her. Now they have claimed her as their own.
You guys know an Irish phrase called whenever you're ordering at a bar, you say like, "I want a bourbon and a bump."
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I got a story from a bartender about that, and they're like, "I don't think that means what you think it means," because she thought it was like a Coke or something, and it was like the other kind of Coke. Anyways, that has nothing to do with the current conversation other than being tangentially about Ireland. But yeah, she sounds lovely. Unfortunately, I'm not familiar enough to judge those works, well, other than the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles one, which, that was all right.
Ayo's on the rise. Ayo's on the
wasn't
rise.
I wasn't super into the
Morticia.
animation, but that really has literally nothing to do with her, so I can't
Right.
really talk her points for that. Yeah, Morticia Addams is pretty awesome with her whole double speak and like the negatives or positives and all that sort of joke. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to go with Morticia here.
And again, we're specifically going with the Angelica. There is not a moment in that movie that she is on screen that either of those two movies are dull. She is against Raul Julia, who is a powerhouse actor, and stealing every fucking scene from him.
Can I just say, Angelica Houston was truly born to play that role. Like, she is just, it is juice. I can't wait for you to watch these movies. They are so good.
The second one's not as good, but the first one's pretty legendary.
Yeah.
Leonardo, he's sensitive.
But
Best
Look
line
at that
delivery.
queen. Look at that goth queen. We love her.
I'm
Best
gonna
line
say-
delivery, with the exception of Men Need Therapy from Marshawn Lynch, which was also in a movie starring Io Edebiri. So, just saying.
I have to give it. I think I have to give it to Ayo. Even though, I can't stress enough. I love Morticia Addams. I love Angelica Houston's interpretation of Morticia Addams. But I just like with the Gosling. I just going again. If we're gonna use our scooch scotch, I just feel like this was her year. Her at award shows this year. Yes, chef. I respect my chef, and yeah. I love her. She's fantastic.
I'm going to go with a little bit of an interesting argument. Like, Scooch was very much of this year. I think AO is going to get bigger and better. And
I hope she does.
I
She's
see
fantastic. She
very,
deserves so many
very
nice things.
bright things. That is somebody who I very easily can see being a fixture on certain future brackets. And when we did over Halloween time, watch Addams Family and Addams Family Values for the first time in a long time. Morticia Addams, just like I looked at Bethany, like she has to go on the heroes list, and for that reason, that's the reason I'm voting for Morticia Addams, because I feel like it's more of a product of what something that happened to us now, whereas AO is very much going to be there in the future.
Mike, just don't curse her by doing the Christian Harloff thing where you go, she's going to be an absolute star. She's going to be a total star. And then the person never ends up being a star.
I think that I have to, as the deciding vote here, I think I have to counter John Goetz, because John Goetz was picking Morticia because he hadn't seen anything that AO had done, really.
And that's fair.
I have to pick AO just because I haven't
So AO.
seen the movies. So
Oh, that's gonna be a tough second round match.
Are you Juice? Did you get some what's the word I'm looking for? Royalties for the new Beetlejuice teaser?
Oh, yeah.
not yet.
We're gonna have.
Soon.
There could be a full 3-hour stream about that line.
Famous Pittsburgh native Michael Keaton.
All right.
Here we go. This one's gonna be a tough one, guys.
Somebody who doesn't get much appreciation on this stream ever. We don't bring this guy up ever, so it's a little bit weird to have him on a bracket.
My
And-
father.
Yeah.
Paul Revere versus Paul Giamatti. It is the battle of the balls. I can't think of a better Paul. Sorry, Paul McCartney.
PLD.
Okay, so it's not specifically the Rhino. It is Paul Giamatti's entire body of work, or is it the Rhino?
It is just Paul
It is
Giamatti.
just people, but most importantly,
As his performance as a
Yes.
Rhino.
I feel like we could examine the scene, maybe do like a 10-hour breakdown of.
America's favorite rum chugging lunatic.
He is famous just from being the name of a cocktail at the bar that I work at. Because
Paul Giamatti?
because I named the cocktail. Not yet.
Just called the
Right now.
Sideways or something, since that's the movie about alcohol.
No. Paul Revere.
Oh,
Do you guys
Paul
remember
Revere.
watching Straight Outta Compton and then Paul fucking Giamatti showed up? Paul Giamatti is
Oh,
my man.
yeah.
Paul
Forgot he was even in
Giamatti is everything.
That's my entire statement on this round.
he's the
Yes.
fucking Rhino.
Been a legend.
Paul Giamatti.
I am the Rhino. It's a weirdly like flat, but also yelling delivery.
That is like one of the best like what the fuck just happened moments in any.
Do you guys remember they showed that in the trailer too, like the end of the movie? There's like, here's Spider-Man, he's gonna fight the Rhino. Oh, the movie's over. Oh, okay. That was kind of weird to tease that.
No,
He'd be
you're
drunk.
right.
I don't know.
Right.
Paul Revere getting drunk and going into the mechanized rhino.
I don't know about that. He was a soldier.
And then we're gonna show him a weaponized rhino, and he's like,
The mechanized rhinos are coming. The mechanized rhinos are coming. The colonists are just like, what did he say? Are they British also?
"The British review concerned."
We'll make this short. Is anyone not voting for Giamatti?
I'm gonna go Giamatti on this one. We
I'm
salute
voting-
you though, Paul Revere.
I'm voting Giamatti for his role in Shoot 'Em Up. Do we really suck? Or is this guy just that good?
Paul Revere, you sneaky bastard, has, if you have not realized, has been on every fucking bracket this year.
And this will be a reoccurring bit next year. He's probably
Oh,
gonna
I
fucking be here
spoiled.
too.
Well, I guess we'll skip ahead to this.
Look,
because I just
Spoilers.
Spoilers. All right.
This is a weird
demonetized.
combination of people.
You're the one controlling this.
Our homeboy, Skeletor, and Margaritaville, and Rainforest
Rainforest
Cafe
Cafe.
aficionado, Eddie Burback.
Eddie Burback. I can't stress enough the joy. I'm just gonna go ahead and say I know Skeletor is probably gonna win. I don't freaking really know that much about Skeletor, if I'm real honest. I only know the little bit of knowledge that this man here has taught me.
Bethany, I
yes.
believe it's free, or with ads or whatever. I think it's on Tubi. The He-Man and She-Ra Christmas special.
We watched it.
We have
Oh,
watched
okay,
that.
good.
I own it on
He
DVD.
does. He sure does.
I just love the delivery of Christmas. He's like indignant at the thought of it.
On the heroes bracket. Have you met these people? Come on, you know what? No, okay. So with that said, I'm sure Skeletor's probably win. I'm sure you'll have great arguments for him. He's funny. I don't know. He's whatever. But let me tell you about the joy that Eddie Burback has brought into my life with his absolute suffering going to every Rainforest Cafe where
First
he
off,
slowly loses his mind.
Highest recommendation to watch these two videos. If they're both
And then
fairly long.
The Margaritaville one.
Yeah.
I can't wait till they do this for Bubba Gump. I can't wait till they go to the San Antonio Riverwalk to go eat some shrimp at Bubba Gump. Truly, I cannot. This man is a genius. This man is insane.
He also, as a sidebar, saw Morbius 5 days in a row.
He sure did.
He refused to buy a ticket,
Buy a
to,
ticket
it.
to it.
So he was buying tickets to something else and sneaking into Morbius so it wouldn't make the
Yeah.
money. But he watched 5 days in a row
They
in
didn't know how to
theaters.
give money to it. And I respect that. Words. Fills my heart with joy. We did have to go to the Rainforest Cafe when we were back in Orlando, just because our boy Eddie, we had to do it for him. I did go to the OG in the Mall of America. I didn't eat at it, but I made my friend go up all 4 escalators to go up to find where all the food is so we could go see the Margaritaville and the Rainforest Cafe, and I took pictures in front of them. The Mall of America one is the OG apparently. And yeah, just because the joy that this man went
I want to
through.
cut off that last comment after I went to the Rainforest Cafe and clapped. Like, you finish your meal and you're just like, everybody just stares at you awkwardly.
Like when you applaud when like they land the plane.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had my safari fries. I'm good.
Bravo.
I was like,
Bravo.
I'm trying to remember some of the characters' names now. What are some of their names?
Cheetah something.
Cheetah. What's the little rain frog? He has a name. The little
Rain frog.
That little
Okay.
frog.
Cheetah, the Wonder Woman villain, is there? That's awesome.
But I'll let you boys be boys and talk about Skeletor, I guess.
He
It's fine.
is the most savage individual on the planet. He has the best insults of anybody of all time.
I understand that.
So I trust Eddie Burback to terrorize Eternia. I don't trust Skeletor to grow a mustache.
Wow, this is awfully
Eddie
skinnist
Burback.
of you, AJ. I can't believe the insensitivity to unskinned individuals you just showed. Poor Skeletor.
What can I say?
I'm dying to know, what did you have at the Rainforest Cafe?
I feel like Robert Adams belongs on this bracket.
3 people on screen currently have a form of mustache. That's another thing.
You know, I've really been trying to grow.
I mean,
one.
if you
It
shaved
doesn't work.
everything else, I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, it's tough because I do own a Skeletor Christmas ornament, but I do own a Eddie Burbank shirt. So
He owns merch of both.
either
of
of
these
them are, yeah.
You're like a
Yeah,
double
but can you
shill.
name 3 of
Wow.
either of their songs?
I haven't watched any of the videos.
Should we
Good one,
count the
AJ.
He-Man intro song as a Skeletor song? He's in it.
Sure, why not?
Skeletor, like Beastman, is just the punching bag of all punching bags. If you grew up, the amount.
I choose to believe that Skeletor was a complete skeleton, and then he took enough HGH that he actually just grew muscles eventually. He is pretty jacked. He's a fitness inspiration. And also there's a hilarious nostalgia critic. He fell off a long time ago, but in one of his early episodes he did that He-Man and She-Ra Christmas special, and he just finishes off Skeletor going, "Christmas." He goes, "I'm Jewish, you insensitive asses." And in my head canon, that's true now.
Also,
Skeletor.
my
yeah.
vote's still going to Eddie Burbank, but consolation thing for Frank Langella in the live action movie.
Frank Langella owned that movie.
Just going 100%. Like he did Raul Julia and Street Fighter before Raul Julia and Street Fighter. It was amazing.
All right, so you're going with Eddie Burbank. What's your vote, Juice?
What's your vote, John?
Skeletor.
Gosh, dang it. Shoot.
Why are you
I
just
think
going
if
to go against me?
Juice is
No.
the deciding
Okay.
vote. All right, so we have 2 for Eddie Burbank and we have 2 for Skeletor. Is that correct? So Juice is the.
Oh, he didn't want the pressure of making the decision.
Yeah, that's what yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like neither of these are too. It's not like one of them is more near to my heart than the other. They're both on that like. I guess it's tough because I'm trying to think what's more of a what the show hero, and
They both are.
you guys, right? You guys did spend a lot of you guys were big into those videos. I bought a Skeletor ornament.
How much did you pay for each of those merchandises? Because that might determine who you're more of a shill for, you know?
No, I wasn't a shill for Eddie when I bought the shirt. I just like the design.
You're avoiding the question.
Or I
That's
watched
fine.
his friend. I was more into his friend.
Ted is also a legend.
No,
I watched 2 hours of Ted
talking like
dissect
5 years
every
ago.
single Barbie movie. Great content, honestly.
Ooh, that's a lot.
Some of them sound pretty bad.
The Barbie Horse Adventure video game.
We watched 42 Barbie animated movies, and it's
In
fantastic.
like 6 days.
Yeah,
The
if you
Barbie
have
horse
time
game in the
to-
90s, that one was annoying. You had to do a lot of horse
Please go watch
maintenance.
I guess it doesn't really matter because they're both going to lose to Paul Giamatti. I'll just go Eddie Burbank.
Oh, Eddie Burback's going on. I can't forget that. Skeletor, you're my homeboy.
Eddie, that man ate way too many goddamn safari fries to not advance.
As the Skeletor gif would say. Yeah.
I'm pretty certain we do.
There he is.
Yeah.
Sorry, Skeletor. We love you.
We actually probably just couldn't wait to get to that part.
I also like how he still wears the hood like somebody's not going to recognize him. If I wear this, nobody will know. Skeletor, I can see you.
This is a extremely what the show matchup. From Jury Duty, Ronald Gladden against
Hey, he's doing the
Great.
Skeletor gif.
fucking Thompson.
I don't know how Greg Thompson is only finally making it
He
on
hit.
the bracket.
He
Was he on last
He
year?
was on the first year.
He was on the first
I
year.
think like
okay.
Johnny Lawrence beat him.
Okay, but he is making because we allow people back on, obviously.
Yeah.
Yes.
Let's start with Ronald Gladden, because I think anybody who watched What the Show ever probably has been exposed to Craig Thompson. But Ronald Gladden, there was a show that came out last year on Freevee called Jury Duty.
Yes.
And basically, he was the only person on the show that was not a paid actor. And it was a mockumentary built around him. James Marsden played a caricature of himself.
We're also mad at him right now, just so everyone is clear.
Oh, what did he do?
I'm not joking. I'm really fucking pissed off at him. But anyways, moving on.
Okay. But the thing is, the guy that they had as the person who they had as the mark was just so pure about everything. Anything that got thrown at him, he was so sweet about it. There was one point where he had to jump on a bed to help two people have sex.
Yeah. And he just
Nice.
He did it.
Well, I mean, that's common courtesy.
Margaritaville also featured in the show. It's a running theme.
We are
Was
just-
it a waterbed? Like, did the ripple help them? I
No,
don't understand how
was
that.
a hotel bed. So they were in it. They were in a jury. They were sequestered, but of course, honestly, they weren't. It was just a whole thing, because it was the whatever. And so yeah, they were all just in a hotel, and they put this poor man through just these crazy scenarios, and he was just so nice and so good every time, and just bless his soul, honestly.
And are you familiar with Greg Thompson and At Home with English?
Home with English? No. What's that?
Okay.
You're
So
Oh wait,
It's in-
is this the
so-
Spanish thing with? What was
Well,
it like?
he's teaching
He
people.
is teaching people English.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh, it's the thumbnail.
Okay.
All right.
What happened?
My team beat the other team.
Really?
Yes. They've beaten every team they've played this year.
Wow.
I think they could beat any team if they play like they played tonight. Yay!
Ladies and gentlemen, Chance Ellison.
I have seen. It wasn't that one, but I've seen one of your guys' clips whenever you were playing him, because there's like a gazillion of those, right? Or there's a lot of like little lessons that he does. Yeah.
He's our boy.
86.
Okay.
Um,
Ronald
And it was like a
Gladden,
24-hour
Russ
stream
Brackett.
at one point or something,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I remember this now.
Gladden
Yeah.
deserved to be on the bracket,
Wow.
but it's Greg fucking
It's Greg Thompson. What a
Greg
legend.
It's Greg
But
Thompson.
Ronald, you seem like a real great guy. But yeah, I mean, Greg Thompson next. And also, are y'all the only people in the world who have not seen Quiet on Set? Watch it. Be
Oh, is that the
disturbed.
Nickelodeon dude?
You'll understand why we hate him.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. I have not seen it.
I mean, I
Long story
haven't liked
short,
him because I was Team Wolverine, you know,
I always
way
liked
back in the
James
X
Marsden,
Men
and I
days.
was not to be Tyra Banks about this, but I was rooting for you. We were all rooting for you. Long story short, he wrote a character statement for a very, very bad man.
Got it.
And he was saying that he was such a good man, and I'm mad at him now. He got
All
some
right.
explaining to do. That's all I gotta say about that.
For
But tonight is about heroes.
and this one, they had to go against each other. I'm sorry, Bethany. I'm very sorry. This is for all the Ted Lasso fans in the building.
I don't know why you would make me choose two absolute legends. We have Roy Kent versus Coach Beard. And I don't like that you would do this to me.
Now, Roy, his girlfriend, was she the one that got off on him crying?
Yes.
She was like caught watching a video. Yeah.
That is
Okay.
correct. That is correct. Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Not so much that he was crying, just that he was being vulnerable, which
Right,
is also
right.
he's
Yeah, that's an over. Yeah. That's an over
prone to be.
exaggeration of it.
I'm just going to say this right now. You own a Coach Beard Funko Pop.
Coach
You do
Beard
not
has
own
one of
a-
the best Funko Pops of all time.
But I do
Did you
want
leave it
to
in its
own
box
one
like a
of
true
Roy Kent.
YouTuber?
I just don't own one yet because he was harder to find. But now I have found him, and I will buy him at some point. I will have all of my Ted Lasso friends. But I mean, okay, Roy Kent is fantastic. Okay, he's here, he's there, he's every fucking where. Roy Kent. Oi, whistle. He's grumpy, but he has a heart of gold. He's a great guy. I love him. Some of the most absolute quotable lines. A great character progression. But come on, y'all. Coach Beard, fucking man of mystery, fucking icon, fucking horticulture baby, which was like my all-time favorite Ted Lasso line. The line with everything.
That was the name of one of your fantasy football teams.
And yeah, I fucking love Coach Beard. Okay, this is like making me pick between my children, which I would never do because I love all of them. But just because I know that everyone else stands Roy Kent so much, I'm going to throw my hat in for my boy, Coach Beard, because I think he's an absolute icon and I think he deserves all of the love. And Brendan Hunt, who portrays him, is an absolute gem of a human being, soccer aficionado. His World Cup podcasts are
Jeopardy
fantastic.
His Jeopardy
His
appearances
stint
are
on
great.
Jeopardy is great. I know it's the characters and not but also the person play. Also, though, obviously Brett Goldstein his podcast is fantastic as well. But anyways, I love both of them. I've loved on long enough. Coach Beard.
I'm actually going to agree with Bethany on this one. The reason being is that as the show progressed, I grew to love Beard more and more. And I think if we had stopped at season 2, it would have been Roy Kent. But then you got to season 3, and that's where Coach Beard overtook Roy Kent.
Coach Beard's like storyline, like when you find out about his past, and like, I love him.
Was season 3 the last season? How many seasons of that were there?
Yes.
So the most, it's.
I remember I didn't like the last season, so I'm going to go against that and say Roy Kent.
And I have no problem with Roy Kent getting the vote.
Right, I mean,
I'm just gonna say Roy Kent and make AJ be the one to have the deciding.
Ooh.
Listen, his only crime was that he stole a loaf of meth. It's Coach Beard.
Coach
It's one of the greatest lines ever.
Horticulture, baby.
I like how Bethany was the first
All right.
vote and was like, only because nobody else is going to vote for this. And then, of course, it ended up winning. It's like, you poisoning the well. I see how it is.
AJ
These
specifically
political
requested one of
games,
these
very
two.
well played.
And the other one is very good at staying on topic when he's presenting at the Oscars.
Ben Affleck in a very old photo versus John Mulaney.
That is
I
Ben
even
Affleck.
recognized Ben Affleck at first.
In the legendary movie Mallrats.
I mean, I've seen that movie. It's just,
Still,
I don't
it
know,
is
just out
In
of
what
context.
movie
It
did
was.
they say that they love him? And
You the bomb in Phantoms. Affleck, you the bomb in Phantoms.
Yeah. First of all, I watched
It is
Phantoms
just
this
Ben
past year.
Affleck in general.
I
He is
know that's
very
like-
good in Phantoms.
Jane Taylor.
Is that the
but
sequel to
it-
The Phantom?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
It is like a Dean. What's literally a Dean Koontz version of The Thing.
It's an adaptation of one of his books.
Yeah, it's Dean Koontz's version of The Thing. So yeah, it's an adaptation of one of his books. That's basically like, what if The Thing was also Venom? It's not bad.
So Eminem comes in.
I believe you forgot to pronounce that correctly.
Everything everything about Ben Affleck and his relationship with Dunkin' Donuts and just being a schlubby guy. I love Ben Affleck, the schlubby guy. He's a hero to us schlubs. That's it.
In famous schlub fashion, he tried to get a last-minute workout in before facing Superman.
Yep.
He's like, even though I'm going to use a super suit, I'm just going to do a random last-minute pump. It's like, dude, it's not going to make a difference at this point. To be honest with you, you should probably conserve your strength. But also,
What do
you're
you think
using a
was in
robot
this
suit
box,
anyway, so there's
Alfred?
really no use for this.
I have enjoyed the Dunkin' Donuts ads. It's very Boston. Yes.
The Super Bowl ad specifically was so
Yes. However, Field of Dreams.
Listen, anytime John Mulaney talks about movies, I love it. When he talked about Back to the Future in one of his comedy specials, his whole rant about Field of Dreams that he decided to go on at the Oscars. Like, what an overall great guy. I love anytime he talks about his intervention. I think which is such a funny thing to be like, I love when that guy talks about his intervention. But honestly, the fact that he has a very self-deprecating comedy, but also I think very important comedy. Again, like that's an important, like the fact that he can break barriers and talk about that, like, in all seriousness, I think is very helpful and good for people.
And he was an assassin to Bill Hader.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
Mulaney.
Yeah, the Stefan thing was
great.
Legendary.
when you started
Absolutely.
that sentence, I was like, he was an assassin and he needed to do that for drug money or something, is where I thought that was going. Like, I had to kill people to get my money back in the dark days.
I have more to say about Mulaney, but I think he's going to go on, so I'm going to hold it. So, Mulaney.
I'm voting Mulaney as well.
It's over, right?
Yep.
It's Jover.
All right, so Mulaney moves on. And so Clint Howard won the play-in match. Who's Clint Howard going to play? I'm so sorry for you, Clint Howard.
Yeah, sorry, Clint Howard, about your luck.
I am so sorry, Clint Howard. It's Rick fucking Moranis. I rest my case.
Yeah, he's going on. But thanks for stopping by, Clint Howard. You thought you had a shot. You're like the last playing guy, made it all the way, but
Just
Not
gonna
the
get on
Plus
Oracle
series.
Bacon.
Maybe next year.
Unless somebody can.
maybe next year.
There's a Disney Plus
So where
series,
does that
Prop
leave us,
Culture.
Bruce?
We are
Where-
through the first round.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we are.
Give
Far
me
of the
1
game.
second.
Just gonna do.
But we just would really like to
Check.
appreciate Claire Deering's uncle.
Like how
I-
you guys had
I-
two separate Oscar presenters in this bracket, or at least you used a photo of them at the Oscars.
Oh, Gosling versus Ao is hard.
And-
Giamatti versus Eddie.
Greg Thompson
Greg
and
Thompson
Coach
versus
Beard.
Coach Beard. Oh,
Oh,
that's
good
gonna be a tough
Lord.
one for me. And John
Mulaney
Mulaney versus
Moranis.
Moranis.
Hmm.
We don't. Yeah, we really are. We are coming up with some Sophie's choices for sure.
Okay.
All right, so let's rip the Band-Aid off. Gosling and Ao.
I hate
I
this.
am gonna go Gosling. I have to go to the bathroom.
Okay, bye.
Put your manly hand in mine.
I mean, when he punched through, when he goes in the other guys and he's wrapping the shirt around his hand like 4 separate times to punch out the little window, and then he just finally gets it and he punches it, and he's just like, oh, that's a lot of blood. And he just immediately passes out and falls over.
Is AO our only lady left
Yeah.
to have?
Well, there were only 2 to start, so
To have Ken take out the only lady just doesn't
Oh
seem
my
right.
god, that is bad optics.
it's very on theme for the year, though.
Six, y'all. Poor Gosling already had to apologize for being nominated for an Oscar. We don't have to want
Well, he
him to
didn't
have
have
to apologize
to.
for this.
That was his choice, but
Well, it's just, yeah. that's true.
which he did. So if you have a problem with that, you should give him points for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, I mean, Ryan Gosling was everything this year, and he was fantastic. And his performance alone at the Oscars is just absolutely legendary.
That is like all
But when
timer.
Ao Debris cried in a walk-in, I had never felt more seen.
That's true.
I have been there. I know it. I understand it. When she thanked her manager's assistant at the Golden Globes, I was like, go off, queen. This is torture, and I don't like it. I don't like that on Women's History Month. You're going to have me potentially vote out the last standing woman.
Would you like to delay the show for 4 days and then we'll be out of that? You won't have to have this conflict. The next show isn't until next month, whoever's that is.
Well, yeah, it'll be in April, but then we won't be here. It's our anniversary.
Oh.
Happy anniversary to us.
She's put up with me for 3 years.
Not to make this about us, but
Oh, hang on, it's not there yet. Don't jinx it.
we'll see how the rest of the bracket goes. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, I hate this, and I don't want to participate in this round.
Wow.
Well,
there's only. Oh no, Juice did vote before he left. I was going to say then we'd have an odd number and we would be able to vote fairly even without you. But
Oh, thank you. Okay, AJ.
Okay,
What
so we
say
have one abstaining.
cowardly congressperson. Hmm.
Okay, so
Filibuster.
I'm talking. We're talking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We're talking The Bear. We're talking Bottoms. We're talking Abbott Elementary, and there
Like
was
bottom
one
as
other
a
thing.
sexual preference, or is that a show?
It was a movie.
Oh, a
As-
movie. Okay, yeah.
It was a movie about two loser lesbians who start a fight club to get girls.
It's quite unhinged.
It's wild. Like it is truly a wild.
It's a
ride.
Lesbian
lot.
cat fights, huh? Where did you find this movie?
Amazon?
The internet.
That's what I was afraid you'd say.
It's on the internet, and it's pretty great.
Because I'm pretty sure that's in my search history.
It takes a lot of turns you don't expect.
It's unhinged.
Yeah.
It's unhinged in the best way possible.
I'm okay. Is anybody here allergic to pineapple?
No. Actually, drinking
Okay.
some pineapple.
Only when it's on
is a little
pizza.
bit, I know.
Fuck you,
So,
Yakavetta.
I am okay. So yeah, I'm voting. Io to be 100%.
Okay, it is on Prime, yes.
Is
right,
her
all right,
name
we
like
have
literally the letter I and the letter O?
It's
Is that-
AYO.
AY.
Oh, okay. AO. All right. She's facing Gosling. This is tough.
Yeah, I would pick Gosling over Jack Black.
Wow.
Like Jack- like-
that is saying
Yeah,
something.
like-
Well,
like Ryan
I'll be
Gosling
honest.
is
After
a-
Mandalorian season 3, Jack Black went down a peg for me. So that would make that a little easier. But then Kung Fu Panda
Right.
4, he probably shot up once I see it. But
Like Jack
Uh-huh.
Black is who I am. Ryan Gosling is who I wish I was. Like if that makes
Don't
sense.
we all wish
Like,
we were Ryan Gosling, truly?
Um,
Yes,
The hot goss.
I watched
so
Crazy Stupid
we're-
Love not that
we're
long
one
ago,
one.
just for fun.
Oh, great movie.
La La Land. I know there's the whole save jazz thing. I'm actually a pro.
I don't dock him any points for
their
that. The
side.
poor guy, he opens one store. He never claimed to save jazz. He never claimed that he was
Really smart
doing
thing.
anything larger than that. He just wanted to open his
The
own
directors-
bar.
Like the director wanted to see
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
Damien,
was more Damien
Gosling.
Chazelle
We're
than I'm
talking-
mad at Gosling.
Damien Chazelle and Ryan Gosling and like a negative thing. How about the what was it, the Neil Armstrong movie where he
Oh,
decided
yeah.
to zoom up everybody's nostrils for the entire movie and
Well,
like
that-
do
that-
awkwardly close-ups?
Don't do it. Don't do it. That's about to be a knock against Gosling if you do it.
I'm going to make a concession.
Hmm.
The first name on the 2025 Heroes bracket is going to be AO. As Ryan Gosling is getting my vote to advance this year.
Oh, well then there's always next year. Let's go Gosling.
So I don't have to vote. Gosling is already advanced. Okay.
You already abstained. You can't go back and you don't get to run back into Congress and go, wait.
No, I said it wasn't. I didn't want to have my hands in this. I didn't want blood on my hands in this.
I made no decisions. I did nothing wrong. I did nothing.
Technically, if you abstain, you can submit a vote by the time the vote ends. It's when you
Yeah.
vote present that you can't change your vote.
But I mean, that's a total bitch. Come on. Don't do that, Congress people.
All right.
All right, Gosling moves on. That's fair. It is fair. He had a hell of a
That's like a flip flop in real time.
All right. So
We've never had a female hero.
Well, then nominate more.
We'll get
Have like Wonder
Yeah,
Woman from the
let's get
DC
some more.
animated
Dude,
universe.
decide
I'll vote
this.
for her
No,
every
it's
time. She's fucking
yes.
awesome and hot. You know?
Why are you blaming the victim?
Let's villain for B.
Last minute entry, Sydney Sweeney. I'll vote for her every time.
Yeah, the only other entry was for
Controversial.
Tisha
I
Adams.
don't get the Sydney Sweeney hype. I'm sorry.
I already
I'm
commented the
totally
reason.
worth it.
So
But I don't see. We saw that movie, and I think that Glenn Powell has charisma for ages, and I think she's flat. I think she's very flat, and I've never watched.
she is
Euphoria.
not okay. You could have picked any other adjective for her. She's not flat.
We are not talking about her look. She's a beautiful woman. But her
I just think it's funny that out of every insult, you picked that one.
it's flat.
I think it's great that like John Hinckley agrees with you. He has made a formal statement. Yes, the guy who shot Reagan because he wanted to impress Jodie Foster is saying people are being too weird about this girl.
Yeah.
That is
We'll
thing.
have more.
Well, if Hinckley agrees with her,
Let's move on. We have
Yeah, let's keep
Eddie
moving.
Burback.
And Paul Giamatti.
Enjoy your Rainforest Cafe in Margaritaville. You brought me several
Eddie.
hours of joy. He's the fucking Rhino.
Eddie, we love you. Thank you for all you did. Thank you for all the perfect margaritas you had to endure. But it's Paul Giamatti for me.
So, Paul Giamatti could grow a mustache, but Eddie Burback couldn't play a black man.
Or a mechanized rhino.
There's makeup.
Paul Giamatti.
Paul Giamatti. All right, so Giamatti's on to the final four. So we'll have Paul Giamatti versus Ryan Gosling.
That is a tough fucking.
And I think Paul Giamatti could
Just
pull
saying.
Robert Downey Jr. He could do that satirically. That would be actually
I can't believe
probably
Paul
hilarious.
Giamatti did, but he didn't use any makeup.
Oh.
But he did say the gamer word.
So
John Dies at the End is a great movie. We'll get to that in the
I
next
don't know
one.
what the gamer word is, but all right.
All right.
You know what the gamer word
we come
is.
to
That's a lot of
Greg
words.
Thompson and Coach Beard.
Fuck.
And I feel like there is almost a similarity between the two.
Oh, the two of them
I
would
feel
hang
like
out.
They,
Would respect each
that
other.
that is two
Like,
best
yeah,
friends right there.
Coach Beard is like almost the character, like the actor's playing the character, but Greg Thompson just is the person
Yeah.
in my mind. So like I go Greg Thompson, even though they're kind of similar, but like Greg Thompson's Greg Thompson.
You know I love Greg Thompson. You know that he literally was our Discord before the 24-hour stream went dead. You know I love him digging a hole. You know I love everything about him. But horticulture, baby, Coach Beard.
I don't know that Greg Thompson would be at an all-night rave and then have to get on a bus
with
instead
a
of in the
hula
morning.
hoop. Or be Piggy Stardust.
Thompson.
True, but I think he'd be doing other cool things.
Oh, for sure. Greg Thompson's a legend.
Like
Whatever I vote
The
so
man
far.
literally
Making-
asked if he can bum a cigarette. That's all.
making a milkshake.
Yeah.
I drink your
Coach
milkshake.
Beard can 100% make a milkshake.
But
All right, so two Greg Thompson. Are you going Greg?
I'm
Or
going
Coach
for
Beard?
Coach Beard.
Two Coach Beard, baby. AJ Tiebreaker, baby.
Because
May I
of the Funko Pop, I'm going Coach Beard.
Yeah. Greg Thompson, though, is permanent fiction. We talk about people who will be on every year.
Every
He's
year.
probably
Greg
going to be on every year.
Thompson.
He'll
We know
win.
we love you, obviously.
He might get a Lifetime Achievement Award at some point.
Oh, that's just insulting. Peter O'Toole and Craig Thompson.
And then
Hey,
the
and
last,
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah. And there was
So who
somebody
do we have
else.
so far? We have
Kurosawa, I
Johnny
think.
Lawrence,
it's Johnny Lawrence, Brother
Brother
Lomas,
Lomas,
Hollywood's James Remar,
Hollywood's James Dreamer, the movie guy,
the movie guys,
John
and John
Williams.
Williams, and then the E.T. Adventure.
and the ET Adventure, which just was automatically put through.
All right, the last second round match. It's John Mulaney and Rick Moranis.
Oh,
Mm.
oh, that's tough. Tough.
Point for Rick
Who would
Moranis.
win in a fight? I haven't used that card yet.
Okay.
How many times would What's New Pussycat play before Rick Moranis lost it?
Fair point. It's a fair point.
we have had this as a gift. That was pre-side table. The side table is the next image.
Side table should automatically make its way to the Heroes Hall of
Has
Fame
to
as
be.
well.
Yeah.
I don't know. The side table could be the side share could be a chaotic neutral.
Mm.
It's a hero in my book.
I will give extra points to Rick Moranis because, as I discovered in an episode of Prop Culture, I think the show was called, watched it years ago, but he was doing an interview. It was on like Disney Plus. He's old and retired. And he's like, he's literally given away every piece of memorabilia that he's had from fans that have sent him letters. And now he gets letters and he feels bad because he's like, well, I already gave everything away. I can't. So I feel really bad. So I just write them a heartfelt letter back. And I'm like, wow, you retired a long time ago and you're still worried about that rather than actually getting more money
Well,
from
all
you.
right, Rick Moranis is going to the next round. Fuck.
Yeah.
What
My ex-girlfriend compared my friend Austin to John Mulaney.
Uh-oh.
And ever since that, and
Is your friend Austin an asshole or like a cool guy?
well, he was on the
was on the
villains.
villains
He was on the villains list.
Okay. So he's an asshole. Gotcha.
So we're going Rick Moranis.
Shows how up to date on my lore I am. I watched last week, but unfortunately missed the villains.
You know about Scooch Scotch.
Yes, I just know about Scooch Scotch. I mean, I had no idea what the fuck he got nominated for, but I know that he won.
We showed the interview.
I
at the end
know.
of last
Look,
Hey,
Listen.
the thing about Evan Williams is it's 45%,
I'm on
not
this
40,
show, John.
and I forget
I
some things.
still don't know.
You just know he has a cool name. It's like a
It's honestly-
90s
Evan Williams
animated
for
dog
years, but
character name.
it's
It's like, hey, it's Scoot Scotch over here.
It's honestly my favorite thing that's ever happened. The fact
It
that he
sounds like he's
won.
got worms.
It's season 6 and our ratings are down. Let's bring in a cool hip new character, Scoot Scotch. Extreme, yeah.
All right, so semifinals. I think this next one is the hardest matchup we've ever had.
Could be.
Fucking Ryan Gosling against Paul Giamatti.
I'd like to also abstain from this.
Ugh.
One of them made me cry this year. One of them made me cry with laughter.
They both made me cry with
They-
laughter, actually.
They both made me cry with laughter. They both made
In an
me
AJ argument, I would trust Giamatti to play aged Ken in Barbie the Legacy sequel.
But could Gosling play holdovers?
Could Gosling play sideways? Oh, he definitely could because he's a great drunk actor. But
He's great.
He's
He's a
very
great
good.
actor.
Gosling could definitely do sideways. Yeah.
Here's
Paul Giamatti have been in the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Yeah,
I
actually.
like how Ryan Gosling didn't get into, I forget what 90s boy band he couldn't get in, or he quit or whatever. He was up to be in like Backstreet Boys or some other boy band in the 90s, and he decided not to. But then he brought back Frosted Tips with Ken at the Oscars like years later. It's like, I got my revenge at like
I think it
near
was
50.
O-Town. Because it wasn't one of the big two. It was a side one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
maybe like New Kids on the Block, or I don't know, but
New Kids on the Block's 80s. That's
Yeah.
oh, never mind.
It wasn't
Never
one
mind.
of the
They did
Orlando
have a
ones.
lot of hits. Joey's Chinese food makes me
Chinese
sick.
food makes me sick.
And I think it's fine when the girls stop by for the summer. For the summer. And LFO was actually winning this whole brand. I'm just kidding.
LFO is a last minute entry. His
It's like in Futurama. Instead of any of the nominees, it's
Zoidberg. This is all I'm going to say is my argument here. Well, first off, he plays the fucking rhino. But
he
has
is
there
the
ever
rhino.
been a night where What the Show was together in person that Ryan Gosling was constantly discussed.
Yeah, but that's not fair because. Okay.
Is any
Has
of
there
this
been a
fair?
night that Paul
be honest.
Giamatti was constantly discussed?
I do feel like
Yeah.
Giamatti is the more what the show hero.
Yes, that's
That
where I'm
is
going
fair.
with that.
So I will say, for that reason, and I have nothing but respect for Ryan Gosling, I'm going to go with Paul Giamatti.
I also am going for Paul Giamatti.
Look, No Way Home is a good movie, but it would have been a great movie if they had brought back Paul Giamatti's Rhino and
Yes.
Andrew Garfield could go,
Yeah.
who the? Oh, you're that guy. Yeah, why are you here?
You don't know that we've already discussed this many times.
Honestly, because the lizard, like, why was the lizard even in that movie? Like, that one was weird and he hardly did anything. You could have easily gotten more out of that by having Giamatti's Rhino.
You fucking Paul Giamatti
Yeah.
in your movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have the chamber in my bowl that is his
Giamatti.
performance in John Dies at the End. So I'm voting Giamatti, and
Well,
we're gonna take that
yeah.
to the finals.
I don't like that movie or its title, to be honest. So, I haven't seen the movie. I'm judging purely by the title, but it
He's amazing in it.
seems to speak to me a little bit. John dies at the end, so
Well, don't we all though?
So is it Giamatti going on?
yes, of course.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
believe so. Made it to the championship.
And to determine who plays Giamatti, it is going to be Coach Beard and Rick Moranis.
Well, I just really would like to say screw all of you for just continuously stacking the odds against Coach Beard, who I think deserves better.
Well, he keeps beating them, so
I feel like this side of the bracket compared to last week's was not as difficult as this week's.
No.
will Coach Beard pull an 05 Steelers and run through the top seeds, or can
I don't know why I had to bring the Steelers into it. That just
I wanna
lost
root
some
for
credibility.
first
Yeah,
six
that'd
seed to ever win the Super Bowl? Nobody had ever even made it past the divisional before then. Cinderella
He's
story.
the Detroit Lions. He's the Detroit Lions. He's not.
They played in Detroit.
It
They
was-
didn't. It was the only Super Bowl ever played in Detroit. I think.
Oh, he is.
I don't think you know how much the Steelers are antagonists here.
It's great.
They were the
As
Cinderella
great
story
as,
back
as
then.
great as,
Come
Co-
on.
as great as Coach Beard is, could you ever think of the scene in Ghostbusters when he's hosting the party? Have you ever seen anyone put so much care into making sure that every single person is having a good time and he's passing out all the snacks and all the hors d'oeuvres? Like, he just goes such an extra mile in that like party scene in Ghostbusters, despite like all the other great roles he's been in. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids,
Little Giants,
Star Lord, or Starbucks,
Darth Helmet?
seminal moment.
Darth Helmet.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
We vote against Coach Beard, and I'm like,
That was a real moment, Juice. That was like, what's your favorite
Yeah.
Star Wars? All of them. I just love them.
But I love Coach Beard. You know I do. But I love that scene where he's the host in Ghostbusters.
I
Little
trust
Giant
Giamatti
really
to
loud at
grow
the
a
end.
beard. Or not Giamatti, yeah. Rick Moranis to grow a beard. Actually, I'm not sure if I do.
fine. I guess it's gonna be Rick Moranis. That's why you know Coach Beard. I have nothing but respect for you.
I mean,
That is
maybe-
true as well. I forgot to bring that up in the D Plus special. He retired to be with his
Yeah,
family.
Fine. It's fine. Fine.
but here's the real question: could Rick Moranis have played the fucking Rhino?
I can't believe we have Rick Moranis versus Paul Giamatti right now. And then one of them has to go
There's
against
actually a lot of
I want to go against Scrooge Gotch.
there's a lot of Spider-Man characters that I feel like Rick Moranis could have played. The Rhino is not one of them. There's a lot of like professor and nerdy characters in that series. Like he could have been Doc Connors, he could have been Dr. Octavius, which just would have been funny. I feel like he would have been arguing with the tentacles a lot.
Oh, could you imagine him with a pole cut?
We're just gonna have a crazy bun for the rest of the episode.
Oh, okay. That's a odd form of protest for Coach Beard, but wow, your bun has a weird little like fork going on the one side. Look at it. It splits and it goes. It's by your right hand. But anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, gotta go with.
It's tough.
This is a tough one,
my-
actually. Yeah,
My
Moranis
scrunchie
is-
has
So-
a pocket. Look. It's got a little
Once
zipper.
again, Rick Moranis, great actor, great like contributor to genre fiction, but he could not convincingly play a black man without makeup and say the gamer word. And for that reason, Paul Giamatti, you are my hero.
It's the What the Show bracket. I love you. I love you, Rick Moranis, but my vote for Paul Giamatti.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta go Giamatti, but I love you, Rick Moranis. You seem like a truly upstanding guy. And I
It's
do
okay.
always love that you quit acting,
pretty easy.
took
Fine.
care of your kids.
So the
Good stuff.
second bracket has been the championship round is now set. The second bracket was won by Paul Giamatti, as expected, and Now we have the grand finale. Who is going to the Hall of Fame? Scotch.
Listen. Okay, y'all. Wait. Let me make my pitch. Okay. No. Scotch is the most what the show hero of all time. And let me tell you why. First of all, he fucking looks like juice. Second of all, it's a meteoric rise. Last week he was a play-in. I didn't think he was going to make it past the first round, but I loved this kid. I was like, maybe. And then me and Moose, we worked so damn hard to get that man as far as he did. This is a true underdog story. This is a successful story. He just had the most what the show interview of the year. It's like I said, it's about believing in yourself, and it's great, and I just can't express the fact that we called him the wrong name the entire episode.
We still are.
I still don't know his first
We
name.
are going to keep calling that man Scooch Scotch. We could legitimately, he's a podcaster now. We could get him on the show. Could we get Paul Giamatti on the show? No, because he is way too big of a fucking deal. Because he was Paul fucking Giamatti. But Scooch Scotch is one of us. Scooch Scotch.
I believe in Paul Giamatti.
No, Paul. She said you can't be on the show. I'm sorry. I don't know, Paul.
I just want to say, I'm going Scooch Scotch. I know I'm going to be the only one, but
every time you say that, the person ends up winning. So maybe vote last if you're going to say that or something. I don't know.
I forget the exact phrasing. I think Juice would remember. Well, Jeff was one who brought it to us, but Paul Giamatti surprisingly has only been featured in how many Woody Harrelson movie? I want to see a Woody Harrelson directed movie with Paul Giamatti now.
I believe it was 2, and you can accidentally be in a Woody Allen movie. I'm pretty sure that's a thing. But there's only been one novel.
It's like the
one
Clint
film
Howard of
adaptation,
directors.
My favorite novel series, and he once again convincingly played a black man in that movie.
I think that Scooch Scotch could.
I do think Scooch Scotch could pull off the Rhino.
Tell me that man.
But would they call out Scooch
Scooch
Scotch at the Oscars, or would they actually use his name?
Well,
Scooch Scotch.
And the winner is that guy.
Scotch.
Paul Giamatti, though, here's the thing: if he found out about this stream, it's not a zero chance that he wouldn't do it. He is
Ever since COVID, actors have been pretty desperate. They're willing to do a lot of streams, other than Red Letter Media.
He's such a genre nerd. He's somebody who is very much just a goof off kind of guy. He has fun. The In-N-Out burger thing, going from awards, like any award show, to go and get In-N-Out afterwards. I mean, come on, that's awesome.
It's a pretty good burger.
Yeah,
both
never.
So
both deserve to win.
Yeah,
and that's.
You can't give it to both of them. I'm sorry.
Scooch Scotch is a true underdog, Juice. Just remember that.
If only we were the ones that set the rules.
If only. If only.
Because we are
another double induction to the Hall of Fame.
We are splitting this bracket next year, and one of these guys is an all-timer, and the other one is very much something nobody's going to remember. Nobody remembers it currently.
Will remember Scooch Scotch forever.
Oh,
AJ?
that's right. That's his name. Yes.
So here's a question. I feel like with Paul Giamatti, our only opportunity would maybe be to get a private label wine. But Scooch Scotch, we could get with a distillery. We could make our own Scooch Scotch. What the show Scooch Scotch brand Scotch.
Just that?
So you're saying you like
and
Scotch
the copyright
more than
won't
wine?
be there because it's not his fucking name.
Can we all just agree that since we make the rules that we can just induct both of them into the Hall of Fame?
Well, the problem.
I mean, the NFL does 5 a year. So.
If Scotch, if we didn't have to specifically go to Scotland, we could maybe like get a local distillery to make a scotch scotch,
Scotch.
but it wouldn't be scotch.
That would
But-
be even more about the show. Make it a gin. Like the
Yeah, do it. Have a scotch scotch, and it's just gin.
It's a gin.
That we could do. That's doable.
But
I'm
this is
just
us
saying,
doing the
y'all.
thing.
That's
It's
his
not-
wife, gin scotch.
Something brings me great joy about thinking about the fact that someone as absolutely
obscure.
iconic as John Williams can be in the same Hall of Fame as a scotch scotch. That
Okay,
gives us
Hal
hope.
Rudnick, you're pulling out the I word a little bit soon.
That gives us hope for all of us.
Iconic.
I love the word iconic. I'm sorry. If anyone wants to call John Williams anything other than iconic,
Oh, I thought you were
see,
doing
you're
scooch
way
scotch. That's my bad. Yeah.
John Williams?
Like,
Honestly, mid.
never heard of him. Who the fuck is that?
I'm sorry.
I know you're joking, AJ, but I'm still offended. All right, I'm gonna just wait, everyone, wait. Here on my month of Women's History, I'm gonna make the rules, and I'm gonna say congratulations, Paul Giamatti and Scooch Scott for making it to the What the Show Hall of Fame.
And next year we're splitting the brackets.
Next year we're splitting the brackets.
Into what?
What does that mean?
So hero of the year and all-time heroes. So basically,
Oh,
somebody
right,
who's
we
got
did
a
discuss that.
legendary
Yeah,
hero.
yeah. So legendary, which is
Right.
gonna be a lot easier.
All-time legends on one.
And then like
The
You could do that for the villains
of
too.
the year, villain of the month, villain of the, or hero of the month, hero of the
Right.
week.
So if we want to go ahead and name it now, we can say the hero of the year was Scooch Scotch, and the all-time legendary hero is Paul Giamatti.
I'm fine with
There
that.
you go.
Yeah.
We've claimed
Is
it.
this
It
for
was-
like
it was-
calendar year 2023? Was that the criteria here, or was it like up to this date a year ago?
It's from like March to March. Yeah.
Oh,
so like
okay.
from now from like March 2024 to
Yeah.
March of 2025, which is wild.
COVID
Look.
eligibility rules.
Honestly, major snubs. Arnold and Danny DeVito had the best moment at the Oscars. You son of a bitch. Will you show your face here? Whenever they're calling out Michael Keaton. And he's just. Yeah. And then you also snubbed every Final Fantasy 16 character.
But
And
we
fuck
did
you
it.
for that,
We're
honestly.
really truly starting the hero of the year and the all-time hero next
Why didn't you
year,
just play
so-
back-to-back 70-hour playthroughs like myself? It's just it's like a weekend. Come on. But
No, we're good.
Y'all, we have made it through another March Madness. I'm proud of us. We've got some great. Can we just quickly recap who we have? Hero of the Year, Scooch Scotch. We there's just so much more to say. We have all-time hero, Paul Giamatti. Our What the Show villain of the year.
I was also a tie. Matt Rife and Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Fuck both of them.
ooh.
And
I mean, I would. Yeah.
What was the chaotic neutral? I don't even know.
Chaotic Neutral.
Video Drew.
Video Drew.
Oh. Who was last year?
Bobby Gucci.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
But
Kidding.
we noticed the
How
trend
far did what's his face? Tommy Guns.
Oh, I think you're gonna say we so
Oh,
for some reason.
he advanced one round, I think.
Stiletto. Yeah.
He got through the
Stiletto,
first round
yeah,
and then he got knocked out. I think by Video Drew.
Hmm.
Yep. It was,
Yeah.
but he
that's
did.
what
He
you have
did
to watch.
at least advance one round. Yeah, Sean Stellato, you're in my heart.
They don't even have a
Just-
fancy name for the round of
Coach
32.
Beard. Horticulture baby. How did the cool kids
So,
come out?
one quick thing, real quick, that we did mention in our we talked about this in our live chat last week, or this week, a couple days ago, yesterday. I don't know. Time is a funny thing. However, so for everybody on who watches our stream regularly, you're probably aware that we usually have a monthly charity, and any of our Streamlabs go to that. Right now it doesn't get a lot of action, so we're just going to suspend that Streamlabs. If anything does get donated there to our Streamlabs, I'll check, maybe once or twice a show, make sure that does still go to a charity. But yeah, if we're not doing like a dedicated thing, we just didn't, want to.
Picking random charities. We're gonna, if somebody in our community has a time of need or something like that, we absolutely are gonna resurrect if someone has
Mhm.
medical bills or some kind of emergency or anything like that. Absolutely, we will bring it back. But we don't put any of the money towards improving the quality of the stream, and we don't want it to be like a distraction for no reason. So we're just gonna put it on pause, and if we have the need
A good cause.
to bring it back up, we absolutely will.
But I did have an idea during the stream, and I wanted to bring it up to you guys here. I'm going to put this in the chat, in the live chat. So Snail's House Ferret Rescue does this thing where they live stream their ferrets, like sleeping most of the time, kind of playing around at other times. If you just watch this, if you just by viewing ads, they fund all the medical expenses, food, and things like that for over 30 ferrets currently. They're going to be expanding to 100 that had to be like rescues. So it's kind of a cool thing that I just have playing like a lot of the time. So you can jump in the chat, hang out with me anytime. So I just wanted to throw that out there. It's something where we can still do something for charity. Doesn't come out of your pocket.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to hang out.
Yeah.
We can co-op somebody else's somebody else's chat on another website. So
Nice.
We love them.
Yeah. And
Good
ferrets,
chats.
cat snake. So.
My brother's
Another
roommate
year.
had a ferret in college. It was it scared him like hell whenever he jumped out between the cushions one time when they sat on the couch. So they can get shenanigans like that. Adopt one.
We love shenanigans. That's the What the Show way. Everyone,
Eat it. Shenanigans.
So
Calvin works here.
I saw Wallace Shawn die. Wallace Shawn is dead.
You're a jabroni.